Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, October 18th. This is week 4 in the horror movie marathon. I did get a couple of blind buys watched, some good, not some absolutely awful. Wait till you get to that one. So we will start off. So this is everything from October 11th to last night. So 91, I started with Halloween H2O. 92, I watched House of a Thousand Corpses. Number 93, I watched Nosferatu the Vampire from 1979. 94, enough said. And 95, I only watched one disc this week for Monster Season 2, which is the first time viewing. Then I ended that night, number 96, with It from 1990. Yeah, I know those are gonna fall over. So October 12th, number 97, I watched the OG Invisible Man. At 98, I watched Day of the Dead. At 99 and 100 were its remake and its sequel of Halloween and Halloween 2. Gotta flip the page over. She's there for now. And that was all I watched on the 12th. So October 13th, 101, I watched The Devil's Rejects. 102, I watched the 2018 Halloween. Number 103 and first Stuart Gordon, Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton collaboration to make the list, From Beyond. And number 104 was a first time viewing, and it was Outpost Rise of the Spetsnaz. Definitely my least favorite out of the 3 films. It kind of went 8, 7, 6. But I thought, oh, we're gonna find out how they made them, blah blah blah. No, we didn't, and that kind of disappointed me. It was an okay movie, but I'm up in the air whether I'm gonna keep it or not. And then ended that night with season 4, disc 3 of Beetlejuice, and might as well keep it up because October 14th, I watched disc 4. And is that it? Yep, that's it for that one. Then I don't have the ticket stub because it's on my phone. Number 105, Halloween Kills, and I fucking loved it. 8.5 out of 10. I know people have been dissing on it and hating on it, even calling it the worst Halloween movie, and I'm like, obviously these people have not seen Resurrection or Curse of Michael Myers. But I loved how somebody on Instagram saying, oh, only insecure horror fans like Halloween Kills, and I'm like, fuck you. I mean, that guy has to get an enema or something. It's like, insecure? Me? Cannibal Holocaust, I Spit on Your Grave, and Last House on the Left. Me? Insecure? No. But yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't tear somebody a new asshole because they loved it. So that's the big divide on that. Some people love it, some people hate it. And I'm like, I'm one of the people who loved it, so we'll move on. But if you want to go see it, go see it. So, as I did go see it in the theater. And when I came home, 106, I watched Count Dracula's Great Love. I want to find more Paul Naschy films. I do have the collection 1 and 2, but a lot of like the werewolf ones, I've only got 2 of them, which are Night of the Werewolf, which is my favorite, and the Yeti and the Werewolf, even though it's more on the werewolf than it is on the Yeti. Okay, so October 15th, 107, I watched The Watcher and the Witch, which I think was the beginning of my love of horror. I saw this when I was like 2, 3 years old, and it never scared me. It freaked me out, but it never scared me. Because everybody's like, well, it freaked you out. I go, yeah, but I wasn't hiding behind my covers or having nightmares. But I love this one. It's a staple for me for every Halloween. I just love this movie. And it's kind of funny considering that's Kyle Richards right there. So 108, I watched the 1988 remake to The Blob. 109, I watched Hatchet. 110, Hellraiser, and I think this is the only Hellraiser movie I'm gonna watch. 111, I knew going into this it was basically borrowed a lot from John Carpenter's Halloween, but oh my god, was this god-awful or what? Offerings. Only the second film I have ever seen that I have given a 0 out of 10. I wonder if these guys actually got sued, because even the music was vaguely similar. Basically, it's a blatant ripoff. It ain't an... I like this. Heavily borrowed from the original, and I'm like, well, no, you basically ripped the original off. It's so terrible. I'll definitely be getting rid of this. And after that, basically, rape of my eyes with that piece of shit, I had to go to a classic, because you guys know if I watch a first-time viewing and it's crap, I have to go back to a classic. And in this case, I went to 1974 with Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre for 112. Okay, and for the 16th, where I actually pounded out 8 movies that day. So, 113, I watched the OG Fright Night. 114, I watched The Tunnel. Kind of a mix of a documentary and found footage. Really good. 115. Yeah, I've had this since I think 2017. Thanks to Horror Pack, I finally watched it. Oh my god. It was bad. It was ridiculously bad. 4 out of 10. But there were some moments. It wasn't like it's so good it's bad. It was ridiculously bad, but it did make me laugh. And that was Killer Pinata. Oh, and I had to ask Jenna over at the horror, did you watch this? And she's like, yeah, it's bad. I go, oh boy, was it ever. So I can't see myself ever watching this again, because there were some points where I was like, okay, the joke's over, let's move on. But there were some parts that were really, really funny. But I can't see myself ever watching that again. Blah, 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 blah. So I went to a classic. Like, it wasn't awful, but I mean, 4 out of 10. It was just ridiculous. So for 116, I watched The Lost Boys, and I actually got another first-time viewing in that day. 117, I watched Overlord, which I actually quite enjoyed. I even told my mom, I go, I don't know what it is, but it seems to be this Halloween is dominated by the Nazi zombies, because this is the 4th one I've watched this marathon. This was really good. This wasn't directed, but produced by J.J. Abrams. I liked it. Kind of, some of it was like not what I was expecting, but I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. And the fact that this guy right here, that's Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son Wyatt, and I was like, holy shit, he does have a lot of his dad in his face. So yeah, I liked it, so that one's a keeper. 118, I found out that this movie came out 29 years ago on the 16th, so of course I had to watch it. Candyman. Then 119, I watched The Burbs. And 120, last one of that night, checked out my new Blu-ray of Elvira's Haunted Hills. Look at that. It's pretty. It's good. I've seen this before, so I wanted to watch it with the commentary, and the commentary just made it 10 times better. Not that it was a bad movie. Like, I gave it a 7 out of 10 the first time I watched it earlier this year, but the commentary with some of the cast, including Cassandra Peterson, was, oh, it was just so funny. Made me spit my drink out a couple of times. It was so hysterical. Okay, and yesterday I only got 4 watched because I made the mistake of going out. So 121, I watched Session 9. I'm still mad that I never got to see this in the theater, because the only theater was in North Van. And I mean, At the time, I didn't drive, so I would have had to take a bus, 2 buses, and a SkyTrain to get out there. But I do regret it. Not maybe in the near future. Hopefully, one of my theaters will put this out, and I'll get to go see it. And then 122, I watched Return of the Living Dead. 123, I watched Host. Really good, really spooky. Does have a lot of jump scares, but I like jump scares. And ended that night with still season 4, but disc 5 of Beetlejuice. So yeah, guys, that is it. That's everything I've watched in the last week. Some good first-time viewing, some that were awful. But let's put it this way. Between these two, this one was the better film. Not by much, but I mean, 0 out of 10, 4 out of 10. Ugh. But I mean, that was god fucking awful. I can't believe I paid almost $30 for this Blu-ray. But I wanted to see it for years. So I think my best first-time viewing that I watched this week was both Halloween Kills and Overlord. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of these titles, which ones you like, which ones you don't like. And we're getting to the nitty-gritty. I'm hoping to get another couple of blind buys out excuse me, this week. I don't know how many, because Saturday night my dad and I are gonna go see the new Dune, which I am uber excited for. So I've basically gone to the movies almost every weekend. I ain't complaining. But yeah, so definitely recommend going to see Halloween Kills. If you're not ready to go to the theater, that's cool. Just watch it on streaming. I want to see it in the theater. Like, there's some movies where I'm like, yeah, I want to see that in the theater, and others like, I'll wait or I'll just stream it at home. So yeah, guys. My next video will be next week, and that'll be week 5. So we're coming up on Halloween, only 13 days left. So until next week, you guys, I hope you all have a great day. Watch a shitload of movies. And of course, as always, like, comment, please subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.